Hi, it's Ed here. Just wanted to make this short video to show the problems that we've had with our LVT floor installation on our new extension. You're just looking on my Chromebook at the minute at a picture of the vinyl planks that were laid and the problems we had with the heat coming in through the bifold doors, which actually made the planks tent upwards, as you can see there as an example of the way the actual planks were expanded by the heat and sort of tented upwards, and we had a lot of that in the area by the bifolds. I'll just walk through now to the extension, which you can see. There we go, and you can see the bifolds. There's quite a few of them. The area was surveyed prior to the LVT going down by both the shop and the fitter. They were quite happy with taking the job on board. The blinds are down on these bifolds at the moment, so there's not a massive amount of heat coming through, but you can imagine in the summer, with it being a south-facing garden, that we get a lot of heat in the area. And consequently, 2 days after the LVT was laid and it started tenting and lifting, at least halfway through the kitchen itself, and unfortunately when the underfloor heating went on, that exacerbated the problem, and we had areas in the hallway there and also in the utility room here that started to lift. Since then, all the tiles have been lifted on the basis that the wrong glue was used. A standard sort of pressure sensitive F-ball 46 glue was used, and we found out in hindsight that a heat temperature tolerant glue should have been used, such as F-ball 49 or one of the other manufacturers of high temperature glues. The floor was then lifted about 3 days ago and left all of the F-ball 46 glue on the floor. The solution from the company was to lift the tiles and then feather edge screed directly over the top of the F-ball glue, as they sort of deemed it would be too tricky to try and scrape it all off. So this is the sort of first feather edge coat that's gone down. It's better in some areas than others. The utility isn't quite so bad, but it's obviously not completely flat. You can still feel it a bit rough underfoot, etc. And you can still see the lines of where the original trail marks are for the previous adhesive. In certain areas it's worse. If you look just here, there's actually lumps and bumps sticking out of the floor of the old adhesive through the feathering compound. I'm assured that that's going to be gone over until it's perfectly smooth and sanded and redone, etc. Which hopefully it will be. But the planks themselves are my major concern at the moment. They're through here. The manufacturers advise that they need to be cleaned of all old adhesive. Now, here's the pile of planks. This pile here was lifted and given an initial clean by the fitter, but as you can see, I don't think that they're particularly clean. And on the basis that the floor has to be extremely smooth before planks are laid down, it would be counterintuitive to put planks with all this old residue and adhesive and lumps and globules on. This particular plank here, I sort of half cleaned it, basically by rubbing it with my finger. If you rub the actual adhesive itself, you can rub it away, but it's one hell of a job to try and get it all off. But if you don't do that, then you end up with all of these little bits of glue sticking out everywhere, as you can see there. So I don't think that's acceptable to be relaid. I mean, with some sort of time and attention, they can be cleaned to this standard, which I would assume when the manufacturers say the old adhesive needs to be removed, that this is the sort of standard that we're looking at as a minimum. Personally, I'd prefer new planks to go down, but obviously the store don't want to go down that road because of the cost involved to them. Which, as far as I'm concerned, it's not really my issue as such, but again, half that plank, look at the amount of residue that's come off the actual plank itself. So Fitter's coming back today to do more work on the actual floor out here itself. I'm told that he will clean those planks as he goes along. That being the case, each plank that needs to be laid is going to take about 10 minutes plus to lay a plank. But we'll see what happens. I'll let you know on the next update where we are and what's actually happened. And thanks for watching this video. I haven't bored you too much.